Hey friends, yeah, don't look at my hair. This is the Mrs. Wolfie from our half-acre homestead, and I got another treat for you. Hey Eric.
Hello.
Eric is my friend Joe's son, but he's also friends with Briar.
I am?
Because Joe was Briar's teacher, and you guys went to school together.
Yep, for grade 11.
This is Eric's CD. Let me see.
This is my dad and me when I was about 8 or 10, something like that. And he's riding my bicycle as I ride his shoulders.
Is this in, now where is this, where was this taken? Is this up at the farm?
Yeah, at my parents' farm.
How long have you lived there?
Since 96, since I was 3.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So it's called Balancing Act, and that's a really good picture for it.
Yeah.
But why is it called Balancing Act?
Because of the album cover. The album is about growing up. I mean, the songs that I've started writing when I was 15 or 17, somewhere along those lines. The latest one being one like just a year ago that I wrote. And so it goes through teenagehood and that kind of thing. And so there's a big balancing act and kind of balancing hormones and all that stuff. And with
That's called life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Especially with your kind of strange dynamic with your parents. I was an only child, and so I think that I was wanting a level of respect that was a bit more beyond my years at that time, you know? So,
Yep. Yeah. So your first song, There Is Smoke.
Yeah.
Okay. Where did that come from?
Well, unlike most of my songs where the music comes first and the words are kind of an afterthought, this one I wrote a poem first.
Yeah.
And it was the 2 first verses, and that was it. And the title, There Is Smoke. And it was about environmentalism.
So it's an it's at your angst over the environment.
Yeah, and then the chorus part, the more kind of intensely rhythmic part, I suppose would be, I added on afterwards, and it would be, I suppose, yeah, but what am I supposed to do to really change things? What am I supposed to do? Like, what can I do? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If everybody were to take personal responsibility just for their square corner of the planet, we wouldn't have this. We wouldn't be having this conversation.
No.
This is Eric Ewing Meyer playing There Is Smoke.
There is smoke. There is smoke.
Woo!
Thank you.
I really enjoyed it. I went into my office to give him privacy. This guy gets famous. He's going to have to grow out of that. Now, I want to ask you, you've been traveling.
Yeah.
I mean, ever since high school, you've been like all over the place. Let me think now. Correct me if I'm wrong. You've been to Spain.
Most recently.
You've been to Italy.
Yeah.
And France.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay, where else am I missing?
Since high school?
Yeah.
Because the first time I left the country, I was 3. But
I mean, no, I mean since high school,
okay.
yeah. Because I find that traveling, especially in that period of when you're burgeoning into adulthood, traveling is a huge eye-opener.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah. So biggest thing that my eyes were open to were like just how much food my mom prepares and keeps in the fridge, especially since we live so far away from the grocery stores. And then I was a exchange student in Italy during my last year of high school for 3 months, where they kind of buy food on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, there's a lot of European countries now are banning GMO food. So now you're going to school for religion.
Yeah.
At Queen's University in Kingston. How does this play into your musical plans for the future?
Well, I'm kind of inventing, I suppose, as I go along, or feeling out as I go along what kind of career I could really be searching for. I, on the one hand, like academics. I like talking about kind of different people's theories and stuff theoretically. And then this is a very practical thing where I'm kind of really putting myself out there, facing kind of my own stage fright, my own fears, and building something for myself rather than creating or rather than discussing other people's stuff. I would love to be able to combine the two because I love the idea of being a musician, but I don't necessarily want to spend my life on the road. I like the idea of having some stability, and I mean, when I came home from university the first time, and I was home for a year working at the local school, that's where I was super creative. I was writing much more than I had for the past 5 years.
So, but you were teaching over at St. Mike's?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you realize the kind of energy that young people give off?
Right.
So when you say you're being really creative and stuff, you're in an environment where creative energy is just exploding all over the place, and they always don't always have an outlet for it.
Yeah.
So you know.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
So I think that if I have, I mean, I see the idea of being on the road and performing. I mean, no offense to anybody who loves that lifestyle, but it seems to me that it's always taking from you. And I don't know if I would be able to be happy in that environment and be very creative in that environment. But having a balance between something like working in a school and performing also at my own time or creating in other ways, I think that's a good balance of being able to give and take energy.
So are you thinking of becoming a teacher?
Yeah, I think so, but I'm not sure what level or how that would pan out.
Don't worry about it. That's the seed you need, is the teaching part. If you know you want to teach and you want to be creative, and you know, I think you're going to be a music and theology teacher, but you know, I think they go really well hand in hand. But I think you're right on the money.
Wondering if I can do a PhD afterwards, and I'm wondering if somewhere in the course of this I can combine a study of religious kind of rituals or rites of passage and how music plays a role in that. Yeah. So that's how I would like to try to combine things. Combine creativity with academia, kind of like I did with my bachelor's degree, which was English and creative writing. It was studying literature and writing.
How are you going to support yourself with going to school and cutting CDs and all this stuff?
Well, I have a grant from the university.
Awesome.
Yeah, and I'm being paid to be a TA.
What's a teacher's assistant?
Teacher's assistant, yeah. I'm not sure what that will be yet, but probably will mean grading papers in.
Trust me, you want to know what a teacher's assistant... You know how many teachers are in my family? Your mom's a teacher, right?
Yeah.
My brother Bill's a teacher. His wife's a teacher. Both their kids are teachers. My nephew Aaron is a teacher.
Okay.
Okay?
Is this going to be a horror story?
I'm just going to tell you, a teacher's assistant does all the schlepping, and the professor gets all the glory.
Yeah.
Know that now. And know that you're going to get very little sleep, and your time is never going to be your own. But as long as you're okay with that.
Yeah.
This is one of my kids. One of my kids. You guys know me. I got lots of kids. Where can we find your CD?
If you live in the Ottawa-Gatineau area, you can find it in Wakefield at the General Store and the Wakefield Express.
Are you on Spotify?
I am on Spotify, and I'm on iTunes.
Oh, awesome.
And other places. I signed up with CD Baby to distribute my music online, and they have a whole list of places they send it to.
Okay, so look for Balancing Act, wherever he said, but you know me, folks, I'm a Spotify junkie. Look for this on Spotify. I will give you a better picture of it later.
Yeah.
Eric, thank you again.
Thank you.
We're going to follow him and see how he's doing a couple of years from now. Hopefully it won't take that long. What are you going to play now?
This is Flower of the Suburbs.
Okay, let's roll.
Every sip of her fizzy drink, she thinks of deep sea diving, and she knows that if you rise too fast, your blood turns to champagne. Your blood turns to champagne. With every reading of her horoscope, she falls more in love with the stars, and she dreams of a centaur's bow shooting arrows up and through to heaven, piercing holes of light in the sky. She's happy on her own, reading on her own, and she thinks this world is weird. She thinks this world is weird. She's the flower of the suburbs. With every trip to the city, she feels less and less a part of the world. But at night she goes out dancing, and her friends love the sound of her laughter. Her friends love the sound of her laughter. With every trip to the country, she remembers what it's like to fly, and she lands beside an apple tree where she can gaze up and through to the sky. See her hand reaching up and through the branches. She's happy on her own, reading on the suburbs.
I'm giving this CD away. Yes, I am. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a draw. You email me at mrsvolfie@gmail.com and say, in the subject line, give me that CD. And I will do a random draw. Somebody's going to get this in the mail. Awesome. Thanks, Eric.
You're welcome.
Now it's autographed. This is the Mrs. Volfie from our half-acre homestead saying, told ya, life with the Volfies is getting a little creative. Take care. God bless.